David Beckham took a step back from his Instagram account to highlight the relief efforts being made in Ukraine over the weekend. Beckham, 46, announced on Sunday he'd be handing over my social channels to Iryna, the head of the Regional Perinatal Centre in Kharkiv, Ukraine, where she is helping mothers give birth. Explained the retired soccer player. Head over to my story highlights to learn more about the amazing work Iryna and health workers like her are doing to save lives in Ukraine. Please give what you can to support at UNICEF and people like Iryna using the donation link in my bio. In the videos, Iryna, who was not identified by her last name, explains that normally, in peacetime, she's the head of Kharkiv's Regional Perinatal Centre and a child anesthesiologist. Since the start of Russia's attack on Ukraine in late February, Iryna explains in later Instagram story posts, her responsibilities have expanded. I unload cargo, I work on logistics and I offer emotional support. Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, Mila Kunis, and more celebs who are using their platforms to support Ukraine. Recounting the early days of the invasion, the doctor says that patients were evacuated to the basement, though babies in intensive care had to remain in place, despite the risk, due to immovable life-saving equipment. The first days were the most difficult, she says. We had to learn how to work with bombings and strikes. Now, her workday has become 24/7. Explains the doctor, we are probably risking our lives, but we don't think about it at all. We love our work. In the comments of Beckham's feed post, humanitarian agency UNICEF, who has been working with the former athlete to raise funds for Ukraine, commented, "Thank you at David Beckham for handing over your account, to Iryna for your heroic work, and to everyone helping children with a donation, Blue Heart." David and his wife Victoria Beckham previously launched an emergency appeal via his Seven Fund for UNICEF, a non-profit organization on the grounds providing immediate aid to support children and families affected by the conflict in Ukraine. Details of the fighting in Ukraine change daily, but hundreds of civilians have already been reported dead or wounded, including children. Millions of Ukrainians have also fled, the United Nations says. The invasion, ordered by Russian President Vladimir Putin, has drawn condemnation around the world and increasingly severe economic sanctions against Russia. With NATO forces massing in the region around Ukraine, various countries have also pledged aid or military support to the resistance. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called for peace talks, so far unsuccessful, while urging his country to fight back. Putin insists Ukraine has historic ties to Russia and he is acting in the best security interests of his country. Zelensky vowed not to bend. The Russian attack on Ukraine is an evolving story, with information changing quickly. Follow People's complete coverage of the war here, including stories from citizens on the ground and ways to help.